Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Thursday, the 5th of June. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. This morning is very special because I want to say thank you to Sonar Fashions in Tamale 0246590162. They'll get something special for you and yours. But this morning is very, very special. Very special because I have people very, very close to me who have influenced my life, or one way or the other, who are celebrating their birthdays today. The very first is my big sister, Harriet Theresa Hughes. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday to you, Harriet. Also, a happy birthday to Nana Yao Osei Dakwa, the Green Republican, president and founder of the Green Republic. His 50 years today. Happy birthday to you. Also to Rebecca Ashley, now Betty, of EcoBank East Airport branch. This is from Robert Tete Coleman of Wembley Sports and the entire Coleman family. They wish you a happy, happy birthday. Reverend Father Obed Kwal, Aziz Donla Inwa, your birthday as well. And if it is your birthday and I might have forgotten, happy, happy birthday to you. Yesterday was, mixed feelings for me because the Namibian High Commissioner to Ghana had her farewell or send-off party yesterday. Her Excellency, now Honorable Selma Ashipala Musavye, who's been in Ghana, taking care of Ghana, Togo, Benin, Liberia, Sierra Leone, yesterday at an event. And we now know that she is the Foreign Affairs Minister of the Republic of Namibia. That's her hardworking, diligent, and very affable diplomat of international repute there. Her Excellency Musavye, Selma Musavye, Ashipala Musavye. And she's done her work. She's ended her tour. We wish her well here in the Republic of Ghana and then in the other countries that she had to take care of. And we wish her all the best. Madam, congratulations and thank you very much. I was there with Lois Kisiedu and the head of station of 3FM 92.7. So congratulations to you, Madam. Now, there's a quote that we'll begin with today. It says, people lie. One of my uncles in the UK sent this to me. It says, people lie. Patterns don't. Humans subconsciously tell you their intentions by their patterns they display, good, bad, or indifferent. If you pay close attention to someone, someone will tell you exactly where you stand with them without them ever having to actually tell you. I take it again. People lie, patterns do not. Humans subconsciously tell you their intentions by the patterns they display, good, bad, or indifferent. If you pay close attention, someone will tell you exactly where you stand with them without them ever having to actually tell you. Think about this deeply. And think about what's happening around us. The key national issues. Nurses are on strike. They are demanding for stuff. People are complaining about the new tax. Yes, they have the right to do. I insist that stakeholder consultation should have been done. People are doing their own gymnastics with it. Nurses are asking for their conditions of service. I don't have a problem. Look, find me their roadmap, please. I don't have a problem with nurses insisting that their conditions of service that has been agreed to be done for them. I don't have a problem at all. In fact, if you read the Labor Act at 651/2003, it talks about conditions of service. It talks about the work environment. It talks about responsibility of the employer and, the employee and all of that. It details everything down. So if there's a collective agreement it is also the Labor Acts that will be paid attention to. Please put it up there, the roadmap. Let's see the roadmap. So I've been showing you this all week. In fact, I read for the notice to you last week, but I've been showing you this all week. And a nurse friend of mine said yesterday that I'm trending on the nurse pages, and every nurse is literally interested in what will fall out of my mouth. They come here. Some have called me a hypocrite. Some say I got it wrong. I got the issues wrong, blah, 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 blah. When I have a firm conviction, and this is the roadmap, 2nd to 3rd of June, 2025, wearing of red armbands, headbands at work. 4th to 8th of June, 2025, withdrawal of all OPD services, including public health services, ANC services, and all specialist clinic. And then the 9th of June, 2025, total withdrawal of all services. So somebody said, a nurse told me yesterday that I should see how the strike is going. So that literally called it a game. He said it is a game. People's lives are in the balance, in the fix, but for some people it's a game. And then I inquired further from other people, and the whole point is that, the PRO of the Ministry of Health may have written, there's a press release that they wrote. And then they suggest that it doesn't show respect to nurses, and they think that nurses are being taken for granted. In fact, somebody even mentioned that in 2015, or is it 2016, a certain arrangement was had with nurses but was not achieved. And at the time, it was Dr. Kesela Tufosin who was Deputy Finance Minister. So he is back again, and they are visiting the sins of the past on him. That's what one... And if you listen to the arguments, there are many different arguments. People are allowed to make those arguments. But you see, I've always asked a simple question, and that question I asked has not come. And I'll repeat the question. That the desire to be a professional, as Dr. Gandao say, is individual. The desire to be a professional is individual. Your desire to be a professional, to say you want to be a lawyer, so you will go to the Ghana Law School to get your professional law certificate, be called to the bar to be a professional, is individual. To be a doctor and to be a specialist is individual. To be a nurse, to be a teacher is individual. To be a PR professional with the IPR is individual. To be part of the institution of engineers is individual. Architects is individual. So how does a desire that is individual now become the burden of the state? I've asked that question. I haven't gotten an answer. That's one. And then the impression is created that, I'm saying that because there are more nurses than there are teachers, and so, yes, if they start paying, no, that's not what I said. I'm saying that if they begin paying for your licenses, right? Other professionals who are also working for the state will come and say, you have paid it for them, so pay for us too. The question I asked is, at the time when the agreement was being signed, we ourselves, per our leadership, said that the economy of the country was not in good shape. The economy is still not in good shape. That is why this whole petrol tax and whatever it is being brought onto you. The economy is not in good shape. We went to the IMF to borrow money. We have not paid. Many other payments have even been postponed. The economy is not in good shape. We know. But it has been signed. So you are insisting. And it is your right. But let me ask a question. If the licenses are paid for you, it becomes a burden of the state. When you close from the state-owned clinic or hospital, and you go and do your locum at the private hospital with the same license, because that is a professional requirement for you to be able to administer the service that you have to administer. So you are using what we have acquired for you as license, if we do acquire it for you, to go and do your locum. Won't you be shortchanging the country? Won't you be shortchanging the country? It's a simple question. You work in somebody's office. You use the person's printer and his A4 sheets and his laptop or his computer and his electricity and whatever it is to type your private document and print it and laminate it and bind it and blah, 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 and you take it away. That is not to the benefit of the company. So yes, you are demanding. But when we finish and we give you the license and you go and use it for locum, will you bring us some of the money? That answer too has not come. Oh, it has not come. And then you see it's okay to stand in solidarity with groupings. It's okay. For some people, and yesterday I spoke to some rotational nurses. The argument is that they have to work under a senior or somebody who is qualified because they are still learning. That's a fair point to make. But then there are others who also say we will not be part of the strike. Right? But then you find that those who are the matrons and their supervisors in those health facilities are the ones who may have joined the strike or have joined the strike. And then they use that to intimidate them to say, Unim na oye. Unim na obejuma. Unim na oya. They spoke with me. And then the first line that the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association wrote is that no intimidation. Who is intimidating who? Yesterday I told the nurse that who is intimidating you? You are making your demands. You have gone on strike. You have seen people struggling to survive. Yesterday in the Ashanti region, you saw the woman struggling for her life, the oxygen mask on her face. You saw it. You saw it. You are seeing people, children being turned away because their vaccination is due, but they have been turned away because there's nobody there to sort them out. All of those things, yes. You are doing it. So who is intimidating? Nobody is intimidating anybody. You have still gone ahead, contrary to what the laws say. Find me the National Labour Commission. They gave a directive. And it will be important to see how the nurses who want to play by the same rules within Act 651 of the Labour Law 2003. They want to exact their rights in the law, enforce their rights in the law. The Labour Commission is also drawing their attention to what is contained in the law. Let's read together. This is dated the 4th of June, 2025. Directive, notification of industrial action. It's very urgent. That's what the Labour Commission says. The Commission received a notice of industrial action from the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association on 29th of May 2025. As a matter of urgency and as essential services providers in accordance with Section 162 of the Labour Act 2003, Act 651, and Regulation 20 of LI 1833, Labour Regulations 2007, the Commission, in a letter dated the 30th of May 2025, and in line with the powers of the Commission under Section 138 of the Labour Act, summoned the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association to appear before it on Wednesday, the 4th of June, that was yesterday, and further directed that all planned actions commencing with the wearing of red bands to withdrawal of services must be halted to allow the Commission to intervene in the process. They wrote to the Commission on the 29th, got a response on the 30th. The Commission says, hold on with everything you have planned. Wait for us. Yesterday, let's meet and see how we can resolve this matter. Mind you, the roadmap I showed you at the beginning of this editorial started on the 2nd and 3rd. Yesterday, full-blown, no OPD, no emergency services, contrary to what the National Labour Commission had directed. And the Labour Act is what the Labour Commission is quoting. And the demands that are being made by the nurses is also drawing power from the same Labour Act. While the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, represented by its chief executive, Ministry of Health and Allied Institutions and the Ministry of Finance, were present before the Commission on Wednesday, 4 June 2025, the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association failed to appear before the Commission and has carried out its intended industrial action. The Commission notes that the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association failed to comply with Section 159 of the Labour Act 2003, Act 651, regarding notice leading to such industrial action. The Commission declares the industrial action by the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association as illegal and directs them to call it off with immediate effect. The Commission further directs, because we'll pull that thing up, that one, members of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association resume work at their respective facilities immediately. The leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association continue with the engagement with the National Labour Commission on the implementation of the collective agreement and report the outcome to the Commission by the 25th of June 2025 at 2:30 p.m. And this is signed by an official, Mrs. Rose Kakari Anang. She's the deputy chairperson on behalf of the Commission. Let's see the distribution list. This was distributed to the ministries that are connected to this. So the Chief Executive Officer, Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, the Honorable Minister, Ministry of Finance, Accra, the Honorable Minister, Ministry of Health, Accra, Ghana, the Honorable Minister, Ministry of Labour, Jobs and Employment, the Director General, Ghana Health Service, the Chief Executive Officer, Mental Health Authority, the Chief Executive Officers of all teaching hospitals, the Executive Director, Charge, Christian Health Association of Ghana, the head of another institution is there, but particular attention is to the president of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, Perpetua Ofori Ampofo, and then also the general secretary of that same institution or organization, Dr. David Tinkrang Chum. This was what the labor union has written. Now let's check out the portions of the Labour Act that the Commission made mention to. Now, the Labour Act says notice of intention to resort to strike or lockout. Notice of intention to resort to strike or lockout. Where the parties fail to agree to refer the dispute to voluntary arbitration, or B, the dispute remains unresolved at the end of the arbitration proceedings. Either party intended to take a strike action or institute a lockout shall give written notice of this to the other party and the Commission within 7 days after failure to agree to refer the dispute to voluntary arbitration or the termination of the proceedings. Question: were the 7 days that this same law that the nurses are drawing power from to do what they are doing says 7 days, did they fulfill 7 days? The Labour Commission says no, they flouted this. Strike and lockout, that's Section 60. A party to an industrial dispute who has given notice of intention to resort to a strike or lockout under Section 159 may do so only after the expiration of 7 days from the date of the notice and not at any other time before the expiration of that period. 2. If the dispute remains unresolved within 7 days from the commencement of the strike or lockout, the dispute shall be settled by compulsory arbitration under Section 164. Cooling off period. A party to an industrial dispute, that's Section 161, shall not resort to a strike or lockout during the period when negotiation, mediation, or arbitration proceedings are in progress. The breakaway unions say, let's go and have negotiation. 2. Any party who contravenes subsection 1 is liable for any damage, loss, or injury suffered by any other party to the dispute. Now, this is that which concerns the nurses, and if you can add doctors, anesthetists, and lab technicians, and all of those who are writing to say, oh, we support your strike, we support the strike. This is in the law. I didn't write it. Labour Act 651, 2003. Section 162 is on essential services. They say in any industrial dispute that affects workers engaged in an essential service, and this includes nursing and midwifery, the parties to the dispute shall endeavor to settle the dispute within 3 days of the occurrence of the dispute by negotiation. 2. If after the expiration of the 3 days the dispute remains unresolved, the party shall within 24 hours of the expiration of the 3 days refer the dispute to the Commission for settlement by compulsory arbitration under Section 164. 3. The Commission shall take immediate steps, but not later than 3 days after the dispute has been referred to it, to settle the dispute by compulsory arbitration under Section 164. Prohibition of strike or lockout in respect of essential services. Please listen carefully. An employer carrying on or a worker engaged in an essential service shall not resort to a lockout or strike in connection with or in furtherance of any industrial dispute involving the workers in the essential service. Listen, no, go back to it. An employer carrying on or a worker engaged in an essential service shall not resort to a lockout or strike in connection with or in furtherance of any industrial dispute involving the workers in the essential service. I'm sure the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association have lawyers. Are they breaking the law? Go back to the law. Let the law be in the faces of everybody. Section 163 of Labor Act 651. It says if you work as an essential service provider, strike and lockout is not your option when it comes to trying to further any industrial dispute. You are disputing with the ministry. You have every right to dispute with them. But the law, the very law, the same law, is comprehensive. The law that you are drawing your right from, the law also places this responsibility on you and precludes you from going on a strike and a lockout. This will not be hey. As a former Chief Justice said, all the noises and hand waving, blah, blah, blah. The law is the law, is the law. The law is the law, is the law. This is the law. This law is what created the collective agreement, which is a policy, if you will. Policy emanates from the law. And then comes implementation. So if the law that is giving strength to your policy is being disregarded flagrantly, I'm not sure that many nurses have even taken their time, and many midwives have taken their time to read what the law says. This is the law. The law. Johnnie Hughes didn't write the law. Johnnie Hughes, the hypocrite, Johnnie Hughes, the stomach journalist, Johnnie Hughes, the one who has gone to take bribe to do PR, Johnnie Hughes, the one who doesn't like nurses, Johnnie Hughes, the one who wants patients to die in this country, Johnnie Hughes, the one who wants to see children suffer in the hospitals, Johnnie Hughes, the very person who doesn't care about the health care and the well-being of our nurses, Johnnie Hughes, the same person who is on Mambo 4 and Nation Record, did not write this law. And I can tell you a good authority, when this law was being formulated or being drafted, the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association were part. The labor unions made an input. They saw this law. They agreed to it. Before it went to Parliament, memoranda were received, petitions were received, first, second, third reading, consideration stage, all of those parliamentary stuff were done. In 2003, when President Kufuor was a president of the Republic, and then this law was passed, assented onto by President Kufuor. It says, any employer carrying on or a worker engaged in an essential service shall not resort to a lockout or strike in connection with or in furtherance of any industrial dispute involving the workers in the essential service. Simple English. Let's go to the next page. Now, they're talking about the legal effect of strike or lockout. During any lawful strike, and by far what we have read, the Labour Commission says the strike is unlawful. But this is the legal effect if the strike is lawful. During any lawful strike or lockout, the employment relationship between the employer and the workers shall not be affected by the strike or lockout or any termination of the contract of employment as a result of the lawful strike or lockout is void. 2. No civil proceedings shall be brought against any worker or employer, trade unions or employers, organization or an officer, or any member of such trade union organization in respect of any lawful strike or lockout action taken in conformity with provisions of this act. Nothing in this part shall render lawful an act of fiscal coercion or violence against any person or damage to the property of any person where the act or damage is an offense under the Criminal Code 1960 Act 29. Question that if you're a nurse you must ask yourself is this strike lawful? No, take me back to the court. Remember yesterday we were reading a court document. So the argument is that the splinter group, the psychiatric nurses are a splinter group. They are the ones that, and the other groups that say we will not be part of the strike. They are the ones that are saying that, they will not join the strike. But they went to court. The Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, went to court as well. When they went to court, eventually, they had to agree and settle. They went to court with the hope that we have a case. We told our members we have a case. I'm sure that they did. I'm sure that the psychiatric nurses also said, we have a case. They went to court. They resorted to alternative dispute resolution. These were the terms that they agreed. The Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association and the Professional Association of Psychiatric Nurses Ghana shall not, later than the 28th day of January 2025, release a joint statement acknowledging that the GRNMA should have involved PAPNG in the negotiations for the executed collective agreement, which involvement is PAPNG's legal right. They resolved that the GRNMA goofed by not bringing them to the table. This is before the court. 2. Both parties mutually agree to end the suit and implement the said collective agreement in good faith, for the general welfare of all public sector nursing and midwifery professionals across Ghana. This strike has been occasioned because 4 of the other unions, and the question they ask is, how many are they? They are unions regardless. In good faith. This is what you agreed to in court. In good faith. I'm not sure many nurses know this. The parties agree that PAPNG shall waive its objections to the implementation of the collective agreement, and the PAPNG's proposal shall be given due consideration during the midterm review of the agreement. 4. The GRNMA, as the holder of the collective bargaining certificate for nurses and midwives, shall unconditionally comply with Regulation 10 of the Labor Regulations 2007 LI 1833 by ensuring involvement of all registered trade unions, including the PAPNG, covered by the collective bargaining certificate in negotiating salaries and conditions of service for all public sector nurses and midwives in Ghana. They are asking that, let's go and engage. They say, no, we will not engage. Let's strike. Copies of the collective agreement shall be given to the leadership of all registered unions, who shall have the responsibility to educate their members on the content. And yesterday I showed a nurse that they're talking about health cover. They say when the nurses go to the hospital, even para, they don't give. I say, but in your collective agreement that your leader signed, that portion is in there that you have to be taken care of 100%. Your spouse also has to be taken care of, and 4 children. Not many people know. So you are being shortchanged. Are your leaders talking to you about those ones? The parties shall continue to be decorous in their communication and adopt usage of appropriate expressions and conduct towards the enhancement of inter-union harmony and collaboration. As a gesture of goodwill and good faith, GRNMA shall, in conclusive settlement of this suit, give a sum of 100,000 Ghana cedis to PAPNG that took GRNMA to court. The Nurses and Midwives Association paid them 100,000 Ghana cedis on or before the 28th day of March 2025. I'm told they have paid. You go to court to challenge what the people took to court that they are wrong. Eventually, you ended up paying them compensation. There shall be no order as to costs. These terms of settlement shall be filed in court for adoption as consent judgment. Wherefore, these terms are hereby adopted as the consent judgment of the court and given under my hand and sealed this 20th day of January 2025. Justice Inyonam Adinyera is Justice of the High Court, signed and certified. This is it. There's a final video that I'll play for you. The Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams has a video, and I think that we should all watch the video. You see the woman who was suffering and trying to breathe under the oxygen mask. You see that child that has been abandoned at the emergency now. And all those people who have been abandoned, I've read the law for you, right? I have also tried to tell you that you are drawing your power from one law, but the responsibility that is placed on you by that same law is being ignored. I've showed you, I've demonstrated that to you. The Archbishop has a word for you. Please, when it's done, please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. That's 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. I don't have anything against nurses getting their conditions of service. I've only asked 2 questions. I hope I get the answer regarding the licensure and locum. Play the Archbishop's video.
But a day shall come when everyone will give an account of what they did against others. That day of reckoning shall come. I'm telling you, nobody goes scot-free and nobody goes unpunished that touches others innocently, or you use others to cause others pain, for gain, for money, for influence, for exposure, or for a cause that but a day shall come when everyone will give an account of what they did against others. That day of reckoning shall come. I'm telling you, nobody goes scot-free and nobody goes unpunished that touches others innocently, or you use others to cause others pain, for gain, for money, for influence, for exposure, or for a cause that
nobody shall escape. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Champion, the Johnny.
Chantel, how are you doing?
Chairman, I'm doing on your side.
I'm fine. Talk to me.
Chairman, but your name, I can't say, let's see when you can catch. Once I will land the because ABBC. Abu.
Yanko, anytime, Yanko.
But your name, and upon me, ultimate last minute or say, the be to be a DTOB. It's what we say, I'm a dear person, and say, I'm pension to one mama. What I say, Katasha, for young Ghana, when it be a DD, Ghana put him a phone, be I'm a fancy, I'm a contract. It's a corner coin, only an mobile work, or more blessed, man, don't want to come more break. It's a corner coin, yet not a man penny, and that's what I say. When we ask me to do it, one for one person here, to what to first Canada. We have a punishment when I send the amount, and before say that one woman see down the Catassempo and no madam support. And then because yes, on place of 1 10 cities, I wanted a barber to for a sabi, yeah, and movie, I'm a person who's only be a cause young putting a diet generator. I yet to fool, I can take the gumunu. Not I didn't to and before someone tells into the Bamaka them. And before being young for 1 person of my Ghana, because the people of my Ghana have beyond person to Omakatia. Instead of them bomb and penny about the showman penny at the Bokway in Ghana for you, and I don't want to find MCS youth, my
Medasi. Thank you very much. Grateful. Good morning. Sorry, please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy that I could get through to you.
That's fine. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, please, I'm calling from Isawa in the Eastern region.
Okay, talk to me.
Yes, I'm glad that I could comment today. As for our nurses, we beg that as for our leaders, they are also part of the program. They should, whatever is the case, I think they should see to it and sort them out. Moreover, my one reason why I'm calling is that the electoral committee, the MPs that some of us, we supervise, that they are being voted for, and the president that they are being voted for, they are taking their salary 6 months on. Nobody, the MPs, they go to parliament, they do all the noise, they don't talk about our money. So I want you to pass this information to them that as they are taking their money, because some of us, we have to pay finance to go to our center to go and to go and conduct the election. 6 months on, they are not paying us our money. So they should pay us the money.
Okay.
We need it.
Thank you very much. Your point is made. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Johnny.
Yes, sir, Mr. Hughes. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Yourself?
I'm greater than Accra. Talk to me.
I give me Victor from Keta constituency.
Great. Let's hear
I'd
you.
like to say a very good morning to our Council of State. He's trying with his partners to bring a first ever women and children officer to vote origin. I think is a good step, and God will give blessing for those things so that you come to see him. Mr. John, you see, this nation strike and whatever, it's a political propaganda. You understand? People are behind. I'm telling you.
Are you sure?
People are behind this. People who declare strike and travel abroad, they don't care about other Ghanaians. What is this? I did not pay our taxes. Mr. Johnny, let me move to the 1 CD, whatever that they put on. See, the NDP should give us a break. They should shut up. See, we were in this country, we bought fuel for 21 Ghana cedis per liter. 21 Ghana cedis. Now you have mismanaged ESLA, you have chopped whatever, you have left a huge debt that this government is trying to pay. You are there saying, what? Only 1 Ghana cedis. How much were you buying for in 2034 before they lost 1.2 million votes? We are buying for almost about 16 cities.
Okay.
Now the phone has come to, even if you come to Buddha station, they are selling 10.999.
Okay, thank you very much.
So what they add 1 city, how much is it?
I'm grateful.
Give us a break.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You
Dromo son your jugba bonto your ten.
are doing me at Akruto.
Yeah, go to your manchete ten. Dromo son.
That means you are Kote akuluwa umupa jienke se yembe keninde ale to kenidi ole na me no amefi onaka ameke yefimo biye mama e yesiate tumu yesiate nili ni ke eslaba ake woyo ni tenme ni wo wo lo eku utafachi wo mu wo bi eku ni ke wo ifi wo ni wo ni wo kasama ye ba woyo ni ngo e mo na ka woyo ni ka fashika agbere ka fi onuku eba e ka woyo ba kokoro ba e ko e ka yin nu shishin shi oloko iwe na sai na pasashin kan ni in party e manemi ni mi to baba power ona ika TV inka mida general be kokoko no matter how inka me be kokoko kika me be sana cha mi otumpo bi o mi wi naka
oh mi no
general eda wa dem me sama tasi ma ba konta ma bia ke muni Johnny you o jomo ye mi no jomo be mi lo ani mi na chama tasi ma pe sike ye kele nka me wi aka buruko wonu fe wonu ne mo abiolo shalashi okay you watch ni.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good, sir. Stephen Tete.
Great. Talk to me.
I've been listening to you all this while.
Thank you, sir. Great.
And I want to say that you are doing so much for Mother Ghana.
We're learning.
And we love you for that.
We're learning.
Yes, I'm a young guy who is a nurse, but then I've been working for the past 8 years. In as much as we appreciate the life of others, we feel and believe that our life also matters. Yes, we when the pandemic struck, nurses didn't run away. We were actually going to work. We didn't complain. We didn't lay down. That was the right time for people to lay down their tools if they didn't care about life.
And that's what made you essential service providers as stated in the law.
Definitely.
And you were compensated for it.
Definitely. But then, the compensation you have, it will not be because of the money. If it is for the money, most people would have been stricken by fear and stayed at home. Because we have other sources of making. But then it was because we can't see our patients suffer and leave them alone. That is why we have the passion to actually do this thing. But then it saddens our heart that yes, you go to the ward, you are actually endangered, you are exposed to all these infectious agents. Yes, you can't run away from it knowing that this person is an HIV patient, knowing that this is a hepatitis B patient. You still go ahead. All we are asking for is that as a young guy who has been working for so long, I should also be able to feed my family. I should be able to just get a roof over my head for myself, get a rickety car, which I drive to work, which are not very, very important though, but then just to make life easy. As an average nurse, you are paid something less than 3,000. And yes, we can be truthful to ourselves. Yes, the economy is bad. But then, there is a way you speak to people to calm them down, definitely. So oh, we appreciate this. The agreement, the bargaining agreement has been done. Yes, we'll sign it, but give us a month. You know, you don't tell them that I would give us some time. What is some time? Give us stipulated time. That, okay, 2 weeks or 1 month, the minister will look into it. So please, it shouldn't look like nurses are against our people. These are the same people that are our relatives, that are people we love. You stay in the same community with. But then, the thing is that if you don't speak, then you stay there forever, and people will keep pushing you down. That is what is happening. I listened to your program today, and I share the sentiments. I tweeted, but then I just wanted to call and say that in as much as we love your work, you are doing for Ghana, you just come down to our level too and put pressure on the authorities to also do what is needful. That is all we are asking for.
Great. You have made a great point. And just to add that during the lockdown as well, we journalists, so I was coming to work throughout the period as an essential service provider. I wasn't compensated for that. But I feel your story. I feel your sentiments as well. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you very much.
Great. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Lincoln is in Akwetiman. He's joining us. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good and greater than greater class.
Ha 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 ha.
So, Johnny, how are you feeling?
Right. Talk to me.
I think.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Lincoln, talk to me.
I'm asking you, when are you inviting the callers?
To
the show.
Oh, but you're always on the show.
Hey, Johnny.
Yes, let's go. We don't have too much time. Make your point, please.
All right. About the midwifery sit-down strike. We are pleading with them. President Mahama is in power to solve problems. As you said, their services are very, very important to every Ghanaian. So we are pleading with them to go back to work whilst negotiations are underway to make sure their needs are met. Our expectation is that nobody should lose his or her life when they go to the hospital. We know how our nurses and our midwifery are doing so much in the health sector. So we are pleading with them. Let me also add this. Look, they should go back to work. President Akufo-Addo, 8 years, has not built one hospital to put nurses and doctors in need to work. They should look at they should look at President Mahama's hard work building hospital, cheap compound, even during his first term in office. His appointees are asked to pay 10% so that they can build more cheap compounds across the country, and they have done that. If you go to my place, Shai Osuluku and other places, we have cheap compounds there. So I'm saying that President Mahama will solve all these problems so that our mothers and fathers and physicians and doctors will live better.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. This is Samuel. I ended up calling from Upper East Region.
Samuel, talk to me.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. I'm a nurse, and I've been working for the past 3 years.
Good to hear from you.
I'm very happy that Perpetua and the group is now seeing that there's a need to fight for nurses. And I fully support the fight. Just that the timing and the attitude of the leaders up there is causing the problem. You can check for me, I am not too sure, but there was a similar roadmap in November 2016 for similar.
That's right. That's correct.
Similar
collective agreement.
SUs that were not implemented.
That's correct. You are right.
Yesterday, people were making noise all over, and I'm asking, after that November roadmap, when we won election, when there was a change of government in 2017, what did we see Perpetua do to make sure? You see, yesterday I listened to the secretary on 3FM saying that Atufosin was the deputy finance minister in 2016, and our collective agreement was not implemented. And I was shocked because this roadmap was done in November 1st, 2016, and elections was held in December. And in January 2017, there was a new government. We never heard them talk about anything. All the way for the past 8 years, we see videos of Perpetua talking about the fact that government don't have money, talking about as if he is talking for government. Then 5 years into a government, there are a series of these things. I'm a nurse. I fully support the implementation of the collective agreement that they have done, though most of it does not support with the junior nurses. There's fuel about 50 gallons per liter per month for only principal nurses. We don't have problem. We are happy with it. Just that she should do her work devoid of politics so that all the nurses will rally behind her. And she should accept the fact that the rest of the groups that she's calling breakaway are also groups. They're in Ghana. The labor laws allow us to have freedom of association.
Right.
So she cannot demand that everybody should be a member of the GRMA.
Okay, I hear you.
Accept the rest and let the front of the nursing leaders be united so
Thank
that
you.
at least whatever we are talking for, we can get it. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm grateful.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Yes, Haja, how are you?
I'm fine.
Salam.
Let me say Eid al-Adha to our brothers, sisters, mothers, and fathers in Hajj.
Amen.
This morning are very busy praying for themselves and the country.
Right.
May Allah accept their prayers.
Right.
Let me say thank you to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for what he did for the Muslim Ummah in Ghana for the Hajj 2026. I know it will be very nice. And we pray that he brings back Alhaji Rauf Tanko to do it nicely for him. My brother, this nurses matter, I shouldn't have even talked anymore because our brother who spoke right now said it all. He said it all. You should have even ended the calling segment, but because of yes, because of ideas varies, that's why you continue. To me, he said it all. You see, this country, the hypocrisy must stop. And I'm telling His Excellency John Dramani Mahama that this time around, this his comeback. Ghanaians said he should come back and come and do things right and put things on their rightful places. Every worker who will work and bring out a party color into their work should be marked and be treated as a politician and a partisan politician. Yes, because if a roadmap is made since 2016, and after then, government change, you people didn't spoke about anything bad of that government. You always see that the government doesn't have money. But yet we are in this country, the government goes and take big loans. What did you see the government use the money for and didn't pay you? And today, this government is in power and taking the same kind of loans and chopping and are not going to pay you. And today you are crying. It's a question mark. So, President Mama, we appeal to you. These nurses and doctors, when they finish their courses, they'll bring CVs to come and look for jobs. Why didn't give them? They even demonstrate that we are nurses at home who are not giving clearance. If you give them clearance, they will come and be doing partisan politics. This time around, whoever will play partisan politics with their work, put them aside and bring those who are home to come and save lives. Because the fact that they have to go, they have the right to go to strike and demonstration. Those sickless at hospital to have the right to be sick and go to hospital for treatment. And they pay. They don't go there for free. Even if it is for free, they pay taxes. That is why they are taking care of them for free with their taxes. So, John Mama, I plead with you. Don't sit down and watch anybody to put sand into your gari. This is your second time.
Okay,
why I'm
thank you
that
very much.
The way the Hajj board treated Ghanaians, put them up and bring a new board chaired by Arali.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Seshak.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
Greater than Accra. Talk to me.
Daybreak. Very good morning to your team and good work you are doing.
Great. We thank God.
Johnny.
Yes, sir.
I have two quick issues to talk about. The first one has to do with the midwifery strike. You see, when you treat, they say, abafaboneno, obeni, oye pini boni, abafaboni, obeni beye pini boni. We mistreat and we treat our nurses in this country with kid gloves. They go to school, you give them allowance. We all went to the same university. We all went to the same university. But some of us, after going to pursue a degree course in the university, when you come out, you are left with you and the world. You have to fight and survive. They go on strike when they don't have jobs to do. Have you ever seen somebody who have gone to do a degree course in the university going on strike before? They must give us a break.
We must stop treating them with cheap clothes, and those allowances that they give them is the genesis of all these things. They must take the allowances off so that we can use the allowances for better things in this country. And John, my second point has to do with the increment yesterday. Oh, we are celebrating June 4th, and this is what the president gave us. In fact, former President Rawlings will be turning in his grave. I don't lie to you. He will be turning in his grave. Johnny, we are in this country. They told us that they are bringing a levy to recover debt at all. How much is that owe now? If you can give me the figure.
No, go ahead. Make your point, please.
We were in this country. They said they are bringing ESLA.
Right.
We know what has happened to ESLA. Johnny, I always criticize President Akufo-Addo that he never took, he took a lot of ministers, but he never took a minister for common sense. I am begging my president, he must have a minister for common sense who must advise him. For Abu Dinapo, he said, no. How do you do, Johnny?
Thank you very much. I'm grateful that you could join me. Good morning.
Good morning, my only honorable.
Yes, Brighton Abosuka, how are you doing?
By the grace of God, I'm fine. I hope that you too are fine.
I'm fine. Oh.
May God continue to guide you and protect you and give you long life and prosperity this morning.
Right.
My name is Chia Honorable Alaji Akondo and it's Honorable Kiteti. Name and Kaomo Papa.
Right.
Your best your nurses for no, a power much of the brain. Omunji patients now. I have mobile hospital. Any man before, any papa for our mobile hospital or Moyari. Yes, Roma, no more cotinasi. Na abani the omo peno, abani enya famom. Na so mbeka cotina was a patients in back. Now mobile sheni pano, ama obe free mudie, the best Romo. Omoko no moko yujuma, no mumba, or mine no mine go. And confess na you know. Na say your boy is John Dramani Mama.
Right.
Now to me yet they say if I said boy or man. Now maybe so a micro minority for you. Almost a
minority, minority, Mr.
Oh David. A micro minority. Because share IGP wa omoko somebody petition command no. Said the honor be declare election results nana. Jimmy sat on the office. Musi the petition at the command IGP ni police for. So muko collective result ana. Since police for the collective result, I will mind Ghana mwana. Umma FSC John Dramani Mama 82 million. And yet the omuye ana ebi ananchi bi na ya omude na ya omu pesa omu nantiana.
Yaminka also. Good morning. Sorry, please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Hello, good morning. Sorry about that. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Barakadi Salah to all Muslim, the Muslim fraternity.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
Today reminds me of our late Kosami. I know by now he could have joined you before in the studio. And may Allah give him a perfect rest. You know, next week will be his birthday, 14th.
Yes,
and I know how
true.
you used to celebrate him. Yes, 14th too.
That's right.
And I know how you used to celebrate him and his family. My brother, quick one. LEAP has been paid. This time around 30% increment. So another showdown for you. I salute. And the last but not the least, today is all about health. And to me, you have given us more insight. And I'm so happy that nurses also call to also add their point of view. But I will digress a bit into another health sector. 3rd June, 10 years down the lane, you know no single surviving victim has been compensated. No surviving one. Initially, during the 2016 happenings, they were giving free medics. And one even complained on the 10th anniversary that now even when you go and identify yourself, you will be giving some up and down tossings here and there. Nobody will treat you or mind you. If the living are complaining, then excuse me, those who lost their lives, over 100, where are they now? And what is their soul? Let me tell you this. I was, in fact, as you have been passed through, I was at that filling station at that moment. Then all of a sudden, I had a call. When I left about 1 hour time, when I got home, then I heard of it. Even my phone went off the whole night. It was in the morning before I heard of the news. I should have been passed. I was there because when the club was too thick, I decided to take a bow. There's something to me, just leave. So where would I have been today? And I like the soundbite of Archbishop Duncan Williams. Whatever we do, austerity will judge us. We all stand before the judgment throne. I believe in judgment, and it will surely happen here, and it will lead us into eternity. So let's watch our back.
I hear you. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Brother, good morning.
Anan, what's it then?
Brother, Yamiada Roma.
Okay, it's a final call.
Brother.
Yes, sir.
And a pay one coupon on Shroud.
On shower answer.
Brother, on the nurses for them striking. Bro, what I said, 2015 thereabout, there's a cholera outbreak by then.
Right.
And nurses and doctors and so did more on strike. So,
right.
GM Abreso. And kakra mi mesuano. Based on you know, sir, I was working at the health sector, so say in Penfona Edianimuno. More time no behave political more than one professional or Kusiano. Because one can say it is in catcher of Mote. Patients now ocean on them and the most important thing. Na ade a wo dia to obi anim 8 years ono anyo obi ono efe ne waba within 5 months efe mpo ne wo toto ne niama wo se waye binimu die nti onye wo de ode da kro na ode beye oman na hu hiahia de nyina amaye ana it will take time edu baby a o kai say nurses for almost president Madam Perpetua no o kai say there was a time ono abeka so ono de onim say MPP some like nukuni MPP ni na enye nukuna adwuma no be adwuma na azise wo ye no sa strike we ya wa declare amaye hunu amaye hu so wo ye MPP adwuma nya next adwuma na wo ye
senyo no nkwa na wo association mo sa association mo dos nti nipa ba ko betimi a convince mo nyina sa
Mr. Hughes unim say as a eku as a obi a wo na wo mo do ato ano as a president more time dia wo be can account pa as a leader dia wo be kan account pa adwenche be ba ho be se ba ho a wo na ese wontimi ehu a way to address it on swale so when wa read my say associations ni bi o kwa nursing department na bi mo kwa nti wo mo kwa to mo din break then so what I say mateme ho nti wo mo no a wo ne wo mo dwene ho ni na ekosi sen ade nta wo mo anko bi na wo side pe na akọ ana Mr. Hughes, I told you,
finally,
electricity and seminal. I almost almost 1 CD at 2 years later, so say, woman be to light. Yes, our president can. At least one my duration of it, time ben a band, na time ben and so your bed like at Busumbia account banner, one more my name says SK.
That's right.
Not and some more minor.
Medasi. We can't pick any more calls. We have to go mortalize here with all the sports that you need. Charlie, how be?
Cool.
Everything nice and crisp.
By His grace, we are there. I was just looking through my phone and I'm eager to ask you this. I mean, with the 1 CD that we are paying on fuel, as someone that doesn't drive a car, how would I contribute to that?
Well, if the drivers mates, the drivers buy the fuel, and there's a cost build-up. It's obvious that the driver unions will bring it down to you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's one. You know, so the point is that I mean, I've had different arguments being made. Some say, "Oh, fuel used to cost 17 cedis. Some if we went to 21 cedis at some point, 23.
And it's
cedis.
Been reduced.
It's been reduced now.
Okay.
But at the time when it was increased, nobody complained about all of these things. Now it's between 11 and 12 cedis, top. If you like 13 cedis, if you want to round it up. And people are complaining about the 1 cedi that's been slapped on, so maybe 14 cedis, if you will, or 13 point something. And they are comparing that with 17, 20 cedis, 21, 23 cedis, and all of that per liter, per liter, not per gallon. Because
per liter.
Yes, per liter. We went all the way to that point. Now, what do you call it? 4.5 liters make a gallon.
Yeah.
So you do the calculation, and you were buying a gallon of fuel between 60 and 70 cedis. Now it's between 50, 55 cedis thereabout. So there's been a drastic reduction.
So you're saving like 5 cedi on it.
Yeah, not 5 cedis. If you're looking at 60 to 70 cedis. depending on where you buy from.
Where you buy
from
from
Total, you're buying from Shell, you're buying from Coil, you're buying from any of those other filling station accounts. How much? So that's one argument. The other argument is that look, we need to pay this debt because it's been hanging over our necks for a long time. So we have to pay these debts. We have to clear them. My argument has been that you want to clear the debt. That's fine. Engage the people. Let the people buy into what you want to do. Right? Let the people agree.
That is the Ghanaian people.
Yes.
Okay.
Let the Ghanaian people agree that, oh, okay, this is how much we owe. This is how long it is going to take us to pay. So if we take 1 CD from everybody, by, let's say, in a year, in 2 years, we would have paid. Nobody should come and tell us about any of this thing again. That understanding has not been brought to the fore.
Okay. So it's about the understanding that this is how long it will take.
That's one leg of it. The other leg is that the finance minister in his budget said, we're not going to introduce new taxes. So what is this? Is it a tax? Is it not? If it's a tax, have you told the people? Have you changed your mind? Have you not? Let the people know. Open the books for the people to know.
So there seems to be a barrier in communication.
Fantastic.
And that if Ghanaians don't really understand something, that is where the bickering and the murmuring starts.
Their pushback will come. What President Kufuor called about A-levy, unnecessary disputations.
Because what you're saying, someone told me that what is 1 cedi that Ghanaians can't pay back? It is about properly understanding.
Understand what you're doing. And then there's also the other leg of the conversation where, you have people say, oh, I am willing to sacrifice this. You have government officials saying this. Somebody says, but this government official, he goes to work with fuel coupons. So if they want to how you go, they pay him. That's also another conversation.
Of course, that is also another conversation.
You get the point.
Yeah.
So there are different portions of the conversation that I think, honestly, the government has not been able to communicate properly to the people. And this was the same path that the SWAL government traveled regarding E-levy. And the pushback, you saw it.
There wasn't enough sensitization as to the E-levy.
So the point people are making on the streets is that you have given us fuel reduction. We are happy, we are praising you. You took us to this one too, Charlie. Chairman, Jai.